look beautiful.
Thanks.
Absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
That's a great dress. And
Thank
whoa,
you.
look at that ring, my
It
God.
could hurt you. Be careful.
What is that? That's a, well,
it's
whatever
a diamond. Isn't it great? It's a really expensive.
Beautiful stone.
Thank you.
Now, you know, it's been 5 years since you were here the last time.
I know.
And when there was such a long gap between appearances, I wonder, was there a problem? Did I do something? Did you do something?
Well, I've wondered quite much the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, and I have a theory.
What's that?
Well, so when I was here last, I told a hilarious story about visiting Amsterdam.
Right.
And in it, people were high because it was a hilarious story about Amsterdam.
Right.
All right, it wasn't my best work, but so then at the break, you know, leaned over, which is quite an exciting time in an actor's life. You know.
That's that hard to believe.
And people always want to know, you know, what did Dave say? And you said, how big a city is Amsterdam? And I thought you were kidding, and I said, what? And you said, approximately. And I just had no idea, so I said, I have no idea, and then I didn't come back for 5 years.
Yes, that's right. I remember now. That's exactly what it was.
And I just pictured like you went into like Dan's office or, you know, whoever, and you were like, I need guests with more information, you know?
Doesn't know populations of big cities of the world, yeah. Well, whatever it was, I'm certainly glad you're back, and now you're on Broadway, and when you decided to do, how long ago did you decide to do the show?
Just a couple months ago.
A couple of months ago. Now, the second you make the decision to do the show, do you think, oh my God, I have to memorize this whole thing?
Yeah.
Now, is that an exciting time for an actor, or a really anxiety-ridden time?
I think, you know, working on this, it is one of the most beautiful musicals, I think, just ever written. It's a masterpiece. It's amazing. And it just made me think of, you know, that I always wanted to do this since I started in Hello, Dolly at the Langley High School Auditorium. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
We were, thank you. Yes, thank you. We were sold out all 3 nights.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a slightly longer run than Dolly, but yeah. So I can't believe it. It's an amazing thing to be working on.
Right. But how do you know? And I guess this is a really silly question coming from born of ignorance. But how do you know at rehearsal when you've got it and are ready to actually do it in front of people?
Well, I don't know. I think you just you know, work hard on it and hope for the best. Does that sound convincing? Does that sound like it's worth $150 a ticket?
Yeah. How many people does the theater hold?
1,200.
And beyond the Hello, Dolly?
Yeah.
Any other live theater
Well, there was my later work in college, which was Anita in West Side Story, obviously. And and it was a lot of tanning booth, which I think is how Marlon Brando does it. But no, I mean, I did summer stock. I have an MFA, which is, you know, master's degree in acting.
Fine arts and master's.
Yes, right, which is what they call a terminal degree.
I'm not familiar with that.
Well, it either means you could die from it, I guess, or that it means you can't be a doctor of acting. You can't get a PhD, because then you'd have, like, you know, Sean Penn running around being like, hey, I'm Dr. Penn.
Oh, yeah, that's... we don't want that.
We don't want that.
No. But it's right out there. It's live, and you can't take stuff back. And then what do you do about that? I mean, nothing really.
Well, you know, it reminds me of the first job I had as a member of the Actors Union in Actors Equity was in the Barn Theater in Augusta, Michigan. Anyone? Thank you. And thank you. Thank you.
The horn section. It's always the horn section.
And so, you know, when you get your equity card as a young person, I was probably 18, they just give you whatever job sort of left over at the end of the summer. And it was, everyone else in the play was playing their age in this sort of murder mystery. And I was playing a 65-year-old producer, line, makeup, like gray spray, and like, you know, but I was so excited to have my first job. In the story, she gets stabbed in a chair. And so the joke is that her eyes are open and she's dead. But everybody keeps auditioning for her, thinking that she doesn't like what they're doing. You know what I mean? And that was the summer I got contact lenses. And So I couldn't, and during rehearsals I was okay, and then when it came time to do it, I couldn't keep my eyes open, and Dave, the character's dead. So blinking is a bad idea.
Yeah, not an option really.
and I did blink on the night that the reviewers came, the Kalamazoo Gazette.
Yeah.
I still haven't forgiven them. And so my character dies in the first act, and the review was that for my sake, they had wished for my sake that I had died sooner.
Oh! Ouch! Oh,
just blinking,
my God!
Blinking the whole time.
That's too bad.
I know.
Well, perhaps it was sympathetic. They knew you were in some distress in your death. It had not been an easy passing.
It's a very friendly place, Michigan, so that is probably how they meant it.
Now...
It is.
You're going to be doing like 8 shows. You have to do like 2 shows some days, matinees and stuff like that. That's grueling. That's exhausting. Are you prepared physically, emotionally for that?
Yes. I did a TV show for 7 years where our typical day was 14 hours.
Right.
And you tell people that, and they're like, yeah, but that's not theater. And I'm like, it's still 14 hours.
14
that
hours,
was a really long day.
But it's a lot of standing around.
You know, Dave.
I'm not wrong about that. It's a lot of standing around, right?
I mean...
And then a lot of this. Lunch. Okay.
No, it was really hard work. And, I had to memorize all those lines. Dave, you know the Gilmore Girls. You loved that show, remember?
Hey. Hey, I memorized those lines, too.
You do? No, you got them on the, yes,
no,
you do.
from the Gilmore Girls.
Oh,
I memorized those lines.
You did?
Yeah. But no, it's gonna be difficult. I mean, you got to be in
I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry.
top physical condition of your life.
I can do it. I can really do it. I want you to come to the show. Do you think you will?
I'll be there opening night, by God.
Will you?
Yeah.
Don't say that to me, Dave, if you don't mean it.
The Nederlander Theater, and opening night is March 1st.
You'll be there.
Oh my God! So that's like 5 weeks away or something like that.
Yeah, it's only about 4. Would you like a seat on the aisle or? Okay.
Yeah, I like several seats on the aisle.
All right, you can have them.
For my
your
posse. Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
And break a leg, by God.
You.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
To see you.
The lovely Lauren Graham. We'll be right back with Guy Fieri.